All right, welcome back to another trade recap. As you can see by the title, I lost a trade today, um, and it could have been avoided. Obviously, I'm not going to say that it was a loss. I'm going to take it as a learning lesson to try to not fuck up for next time. So the way I was going into this today is obviously starting off on Forex Factors. So today was Wednesday, so we had CPI at 7:30 in the morning, so we could see that news candle right here. And going into pre-market, I wanted to see some kind of form of liquidity being swept. But unfortunately, we didn't see any sort of liquidity being swept at the time. So obviously, we have this buy side just resting above these highs over here. Unfortunately, was never swept, and the sell side that was also never swept as well. So at this point, what am I doing? Honestly, I could have just completely stuck out of today, but I ended up taking a trade, and I'm not gonna say that I did something wrong, but it was just something that I could have just completely avoided and not have messed up. Either way. So coming into market open, we see that we have created an SMT. So if you take a look on ENQ, we have swept these highs, while on ES we created an SMT. So we go back onto on NQ, excuse me, coming down lower. We created this 5-minute bullish fair value gap. So at this point, I was like, okay, perfect. If we could see a retracement back into this fair value gap, and this is actually an inverse fair value gap. So if you take a look, this looks perfect to me. We swept a bunch of these lows right here. We are filling a 15-minute order block. So if you take a look at the 15-minute time frame, we can see that we came down, filled this 15-minute order block. Bang. So go back on the 1-minute time frame. We can see that we basically just went higher, and I wanted to see some form of retracement. Originally, I wanted to see confirmation within this fair value gap right here. I wanted to see a entry in this. So I wanted to see something retrace back into here, and then just to move higher to take out these highs right here. That was my original trade that I wanted to see, but unfortunately, what ended up happening is we came up. We didn't take anything out, and we did not create any sort of SMT. We just, we didn't sweep it. We filled this order block right here. I believe it was a 15-minute order block. We came back down. I was assuming that we're going to fill this fair value gap and just continue higher to take out these highs, or even these highs, or even back into this 4-hour bearish fair value gap. So that was my original draw on liquidity, was this high, and then moving higher into this 4-hour fair value gap. Unfortunately, none of those things happened. As soon as I entered the trade, came into profits just a little bit. I was very, very close to having my take profit one hit. That was my take profit one. As you can see, I was about 1 to 2 ticks away from hitting my take profit, but it's all good. Shit happens. Not mad about it. Could have been avoided. I could have taken a different trade to the downside, and as we could see, there are some pretty decent opportunities because you could tell we just continued moving lower and lower. So what could I have done differently instead? So noticing that we have this pretty big SMT right here, I should have been looking for some kind of bearish trade at this point. So at this point, we have this 15-minute fair value gap, or I'm sorry, 15-minute order block. I'm sorry, maybe it's a 10-minute. Doesn't look that good. Maybe the 5-minute. Okay, 5-minute order block, not really the best. Let's see the 3-minute. Good enough. Retrace back into this 3-minute order block. We have this bearish SMT. Okay, boom. Those are already 3 confluences. Just going to take me lower and lower. We didn't really see any kind of good retracement. I mean, we have this beautiful, tiny, itty bitty fucking fair value gap. We retraced back into it and then just went lower. Personally, if I noticed this and I saw this a lot sooner, instead of taking a bearish or bullish trade, I should have taken this. I would have taken this 100%. So this looks good, and obviously it worked out beautifully. Retraced back into an order block, and a SMT was created. So this is definitely a really good trade that I missed out on. Not really upset about it. It is what it is. I'm just going to take it as a learning lesson. I did my journaling and all that kind of stuff, and as you can see, we just continue lower and lower and lower. So that's all I really have for you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.